Very good morning, students. Today we are going to interpret the scene 2 of the drama Tughlaq by Girish Karnad. In our last class, we discussed the first scene of this drama and we came to know how his subject is not that much satisfied with him. The Hindus call him a hypocrite and the Muslims denounce him as anti Islam. Yesterday, we also came to know that Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq declares that he is going to shift the capital of his empire from Delhi to Daulatabad, that city which, according to him, is a symbol of Hindu Muslim unity and brotherhood. Students, now let us come to scene second. Students, this scene takes place in the palace of Muhammad bin Tughlaq and he is playing chess by himself and he is a bit excited and he tells his stepmother that he has solved a very tricky problem of chess that even the world level player like Al Adil and Al Saraki haven't been able to solve. His mother is indifferent to such remarks and says that he should write to his friend Ianul Mulk, who is a champion like him in chess. The lady is surprised when Muhammad bin Tughlaq tells him that Ianul Mulk is invading Delhi for unknown reasons. He has a smaller army than that of Ianul Mulk, who is marching towards Delhi with 30,000 soldiers. Students, Sultan is worried and asks his stepmother as to why she has come to meet him at that late hour of the night. Mother says that she knows that the Sultan is passing sleepless nights. The Sultan replies that he is worried for the well-being of his people. He says that he wants to do what no king has done so far. He wishes for Hindu-Muslim unity and brotherhood, justice and peace in his empire. He says that he wants to die fighting for cause of his ideals and the country. He is not worried about his enemies but about his own people. Students, at this remark, his mother laughs at him. According to her, the other kings of Delhi have also been concerned with the welfare of people. At this point, the Sultan challenges her statement and says that they couldn't bear the weight of their crown and so they died senile or were murdered. His mother tells him not to joke about murder and becomes tense. Here, students, Muhammad bin Tughlaq also grows tense and wants to know from his stepmother if she also believes in the gossip that Sultan, he himself, is responsible for the murder of his father and brother. All the courtiers, including his own mother, he says, believe in this. But his stepmother denies. Students, at this juncture, his wazir, Muhammad Najib, and Barni, who is a historian, a very famous historian, as we all know, they come to meet the Sultan. So the wazir, Muhammad Najib, tells the Sultan that his army has less than 30,000 soldiers to fight against Ianul Mulk. And he tells Muhammad bin Tughlaq about another problem that has just arisen. Sheikh Imamuddin has reached Delhi from Kanpur and he is supporting the rebels. Students, listening to this, Muhammad tells his wazir that he will take blessings of Yanul Mulk before going to war. Najib ironically points out that they will get rid of him. When confronted by Najib, Barni tells Muhammad bin Tughlaq that Sheikh very much looks like the Sultan and that he says that Sultan is a disgrace to Islam and also that the Sultan is the murderer of his father and brother at prayer meeting. At this point, Muhammad bin Tughlaq retorts that the crooked minds of such people terrify him. And he says that he has just found out that his stepmother also believes in this gossip that he is a murderer of his father and his son. Students, the Wazir, Muhammad Najib, advises the Sultan that Sheikh should be killed, but Barni, the historian, admires the courage, honesty, and justice of Sultan and advises Sultan to keep off from such heinous crime. Najib, who is a great politician, is firm in his opinion that a traitor should be done away with. He also calls Yanul Mulk a traitor who, on being appointed the governor of Deccan, is displeased with the Sultan. He says that he also suspects the Sultan. Now, student Sultan asks Najib to get the army ready to march for Kannauj. He tells his stepmother that Najib will be there in Delhi and she is shocked to listen to it. Then Sultan tells all the people that are there with him that he has invited Shihabuddin, the prince of Sampanshah, to look after the administration of Delhi in his absence. Barni, the historian, does not like this proposal, but Sultan tells him that he wants to play his game in his own way. Students, the Sultan and Najib leave the scene, and now stepmother is left with Barni. She talks of the great intelligence and diligence of her stepson, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and also comments that the Sultan is passing sleepless nights for the welfare of the people. She informs Barni that Muhammad is impulsive and needs honest and level-headed friends like Barni. She also requests Barni not to leave the Sultan but to always be with him. She does not like Najib, the Wazir, and won't wish his fate even on a dog. Barni is moved to tears by her maternal care for the Sultan. Students, at this point, the scene comes to an end, and students, let us summarize the scene, the main happenings of the scene. Today we saw that Sultan is happy over solving a tricky problem of chess. We also come to know that Yanul Mulk is about to invade Delhi. His stepmother, Sultan's stepmother, is worried about Sultan's passing sleepless nights. And to this, Sultan answers that he is restless and worried for the well-being of his people. Sultan is informed that Sheikh Imamuddin has arrived Delhi and is supporting the rebels. Sultan's stepmother requests historian Barni to be always be with Sultan. So students, our today's class comes to an end. In our next class, we will continue with the drama Tughlaq. Thank you very much.